Last week we had a lovely little tour of Blackpool and cruised the mean streets of Glasgow with a good mate. Coming up this week, I've run out of fuel money, so I get a job on an oil rig, and I've woke up late to catch my chopper. Right, so I woke up, stayed in a lovely hotel. What's it called? Castle Carry. In the outskirts of Glasgow, and unfortunately I now have to go to work. Woke up a little later than I would like to, but this is what it is. 2 hour now long haul to Aberdeen. Finish this trip. So join me currently 2 hours 19 to Aberdeen. Should get me there for 11:30. I'm going to be on the helicopter for 12:30. So let's hope everything goes smoothly. Oh yeah, and I do have to stop at Asda to get a long sleeve jumper because it's winter and I've got to wear a long sleeve jumper. So that should be fun. Add to that the fact that it's migraining. A typical day in Scotland. And if I remember correctly, I'm about to hit a shitload of average speed cameras. So, great. Average speed cameras, the actual devil's work. Could test out the cruise control to see if it works. Imagine that, cruise control in 1995. It was so forward thinking that it wasn't called cruise control, it's actually called speed control. Oh, that's good. Let's give it a shot. On. Set. There she goes. Yeah. 1995. Tetris. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This madness. Aside from the Game Boy, one of the best toys you could get in 1995 was Lego. Been around since God knows when. On the positive, my window wiper works amazing. Watch out. The Blade ones are such a level up. This look cool as well. Great, wagons are trying to race each other at 50 miles an hour. Why'd you do that? Stay behind each other. So please forgive me if I have nothing to say right now. So if I don't make this check-in, I don't finish the trip. So I'm going to leave you with the time lapse. After a quick dash around Asda, that's the mandatory third long sleeve layer purchased. Now 1 hour and 11 minutes to Aberdeen. Should get there 55 minutes early. Enough time to park the car, double check I've got everything, and get my helicopter. Now unfortunately there will be a 3-week gap in this road trip. You probably won't notice because I'm doing all this on my own, so until I find an editor it's going to take me a while to edit all this footage. That said though, the next episode is the one I've been looking forward to the most. From Aberdeen to Skye, crossing over the Highlands of Scotland all the way to Skye. Skye is apparently beautiful. Apparently there's palm trees over that side of Scotland. Something to do with the Gulf Stream or something. Whatever that is, that's all they ever say. Yeah, there's palm tree size to do with the Gulf Stream. Right? Just go and Google them things. So yeah, my aim is while crossing Aberdeen This wobble on the brakes was caused by 1, the car being 1.8 tons, and me decelerating from a very, very big 70. So get him checked over before we go across the Highlands. Or not. Not over it either way. Yeah. Checking in now. Pulling on to Leonardo's, where the company that had hired me was meant to send my PPE. Fun fact, most of these hotels change names once a year so they can avoid tax. It makes it quite difficult to find the one you're supposed to be at. A quick nip across the road to the other hotel to get my PPE. Dice Aberdeen is a bit of a weird place. Every single person that you see here will be working offshore on the oil rigs. Every single building you see here is either a rig company, supplies a rig company, or is a hotel for a rig company. Aberdeen literally leads the world in offshore. Makes you proud to be British. It also explains why we didn't let them go independent. A quick nip round to my friends at the Moxie where I keep a stash, and we're good to go. Look at the state of Jimmy here. I think I've took him from the most famous XJR to the most well-used XJR, definitely. Look at these race stripes I've put down the side, I quite like this. Time to grab my bags and get on my chopper. Look at the chopper coming in here. That's the boys getting home. Offshore car parks are always full of little gems. Look at this Beamer. What's your thoughts on the grill? This is Bristow's, an absolute hellhole of a place to check in. These numpties go through your bag with a fine tooth comb. You have to turn your laptop on in front of them, put it into flight mode, then turn it off in front of them, and then try to turn it on with spacebar to show it doesn't light up. Seriously. Once on board the rig, we have a safety video as I haven't been here for 6 months. This turned out to be the shortest visit of any rig I've ever had, as I promptly got sacked. Kevin, the project manager, kept repeatedly asking me to send my certificate in different forms, as I'd just renewed it. I kept trying to explain his mistake to him, to which he replied he thinks I'm forging my certificate. At this point I genuinely thought I was being trolled by him and multi-sended to him and the entire office explaining that I feel like you're trolling me. His next move was to contact the manager, which is actually my friend, and tell him that I'd sent an aggressive email that which he wants an apology for. After I'd finished laughing, I would give him a call and apologise that he thought I was being aggressive. He still then refused to change his decision of kicking me off the oil rig. What a prize prat. Don't you just hate people like that think they can throw their weight around just because they sit behind a desk?
I've paid you a small fortune. This gives you power over me?
As luck would have it, we're on a mission from God. A company that wasn't due to pay me for 2 weeks randomly pays me early. We now have enough money to finish the trip. Let's fucking go. Well, kicked off the rig early, so let's make myself a little bit more presentable and we'll hit the Highlands. Right, so Jimmy has a full tank of fuel. We've jet washed the salt off. We're just leaving Aberdeen now. So we're going south from Aberdeen in the interest of finding a good road. Down to Drumoak. So if you're in Aberdeen, hit a waypoint at Drumoak, and then you want to go west to Ballater, and that road should be giving you, there's no 6 gear down there. You don't need it anyway, so, but that should give you the scenery that you want. And from then on we might try to get a whiskey tour, staying halfway across the midpoint to the Highlands, and then from then we'll go to Skye tomorrow morning. Actually a good day today, it's like first day of spring, first day of March. You can't see it, but I'm surrounded by glorious mountains here. Once to get off this main road, I should put you on the front camera and we'll crack on. All my discs still warped from the trip in. They seem to be alright. Got away with that one. 1.8 tons. Standard brakes, holding up well, but it's going to need a brake upgrade, 100%. It'll just warp these discs. It's just so comfortable on these open roads. Just wants to know. hear that, or even like the indicators on it, it's like a very, it's not a tick, it's more of a confident thud. Like a wet tick. I don't know. It's the most unintrusive tick I've ever heard. Nice. My Turkish pipe holding up, yeah. See, no, back shit and shot. Find a nice little place to pull in. We'll set up the nose camera for you. Show you this beautiful Scotland. We're lucky today, we've got basically, it's not cloudless, but it's cloudless for Scotland 100%. Hopefully we get a nice couple of days. There's a horrible clunk on the back of this. It's like the handbrake stuck on, but no. Sometimes when you pull off, and it's always when you change direction if you're going into reverse. And if it's the diff, it's not the end of the world. I want to put the racing diff in. That's Tom lent to Alex for the race, so I want to put that back in. There's a lot of traffic right now, which is not ideal. So much for God's racetrack here. So the view is starting to open up now. It's beautiful up here. Not every day, obviously. You get attacked by midges for like half the year or something. I don't know the specifics. Mostly always raining, but for that one day, yeah, it's worth it to come up. You get the weather right. It's fucking beautiful. I don't know if you can catch that. It's showing up. Supercharger. did just spit out a load of white smoke there coming downhill. Now is that the excess oil that I put in burning off? Probably. But now I'm following a very nice Land Rover with oil on the number plate. That's not a sign to check things when we stop. I don't know what is. For now everything seems to be running smoothly. Touch wood, literally fucking wood here. Constantly touching wood can't be a bad thing. Oh, that's more of a bark. Let me do that again. There's a fun fact. The Cairngorms is one of the last places red squirrels exist in the UK. The Americans came over with the grey squirrel and they just fucking destroyed all the red ones. That house over there, just sitting on its own. Right, let's open up the taps a little bit. Oh, it's nice of him, let us past. was doing that anyways. There's that fucking clunk when you change direction. I think we're alright here. Check in, see what the crack is. So good morning, it's the following day and it's time for a whiskey tour. We're off round to the Cairn Distillery where they do 3 different tiers of tours. So 25 quid gets you a small one obviously, then 60, and then there's a 350 one that looks quite extravagant. I just gone for the middle one, middle of the road. I can see how much I can bring you along. It's literally only around the corner from where I was staying, so let's go check it out. Obviously we shall continue the journey tomorrow because 3 whiskies involved. We are expecting snow, which if that happens, the trip stops, because this thing will not move in the snow. Just as I said, that started to rain. There's supposed to be some beautiful views from this distillery. They've made it a tasting experience or something. We'll find out now. Alright, let's go and check it out. From the moment I arrived at the Cairn Distillery, I was treated like an absolute king. They personally opened the door as soon as I arrived, some nice chit chat about what goes on here, and then they showed me to my table. The first course consisted of tea, oat cakes, water, and a nice dram of whiskey. Then the second course is literally everything you see on the menu here. The second course was quite fantastic. All locally sourced cheeses, meats, and a selection of freshly caught fish from the loch that connects from the river behind the distillery. So in the first room we went to, they explain what they're actually doing here and the history of whiskey. Each one of these barrels, as he slides the projector over the barrel, shows a different point in the whiskey history. The story behind the Cairn Distillery is the descendants from the people that invented Scottish whiskey have banded together to make a new distillery. The whiskey you buy in the Cairn Distillery at the moment is blends that will replicate the taste of the finished product you won't be able to taste for another 18, 30 and 75 years. Then the projector is turned onto the entire wall, which apparently throws people a bit sick as you fly over the Cairngorms with the history of Scotland. We then go on to the processing room where he shows us the various grades of grain, which are obviously locally produced, and the boiling processes it goes through. The smell in this room was absolutely fantastic. It's actually the greenest distillery around as they reuse all their waste products. And then everyone's favourite bit, onto the tasting. We all got 3 drams with a little bit of water for a palate cleanser. He goes in to tell the history of it. We get one 12-year-old, one 18-year-old and one special edition. And before the old bill jump on me, pipe down sunshine, there is actually a no tolerance for any alcohol drinking. In the UK, it's split. England, you're allowed 2 units. Scotland, you're allowed nothing. Fun fact, this rule came in on my birthday as I got off an oil rig. Did I stick to it? You'll never know. But here today, the distillery are nice enough to give you travel packs. And then yeah, let's check out this view. Truly spectacular. If you're a city person, especially if you live in one of the big ones like London, I recommend getting up here. I've lived in London for a couple of years. You think it's okay until you come to a place like this. And then we have the little gift shop. I'm paved on the 70-year-old single malt. That is £7,000. That is nearly what I paid for Jimmy. With the scent of top-notch whiskey hot in my nostrils, I boosted to the hotel to order a Guinness and to try this fine tipple. tour. Just right there. I'm not the kind of guy to go on tours, I must admit, but yeah, I'd definitely recommend it. It's very interesting, and obviously if you're driving they'll give you your tasting pack in a travel pack, so it'd be interesting to keep you a lot happy. Bunch of grasses, I'll take one of them. So yeah, I went through the history of it. There's the first single malt they'll be making is in 1934. So they've created blends to what they will be thinking the single malt will be tasting like, which is epic. And what a backdrop to the place. Like the special edition that I bought there, I don't know if you know, whiskey's probably one of the best investments you can ever have, because if you invest wrong you can always drink it, so it's always a win-win. But 9 times out of 10 whiskey will go up in value if you get a good one. So the whiskey I bought there is a special edition, and even the label they'll be releasing, I mean it's a good marketing thing, they'll be releasing one only from the distillery at Cairn Distillery every year in around May time. I managed to get the first one, and the label will show the profile of the Cairngorms. Obviously now I'm hooked. No doubt the last bottle will be about $7 grand, but whatever, I will complete the set, and it can only be a good investment. And like you say, if it turns out to be crap, I just drink it. It's no problem. So yeah, all in all, decent little day. Now I kind of want to get to a boozer, because I want to try out the whiskies that I couldn't taste, because I'm entertaining you fine people. And maybe grab a Guinness and a bit of food. Tomorrow we need to travel across the Cairngorms to Skye, and from then we go north. So yeah, we're coming to the end of the journey, but it can only get better. Just as I say that, there's a castle in front of me. Scotland's beautiful, man. It's beautiful. It's like what now? It's the 2nd of May. No, 2nd of March, sorry. And yeah, okay, they were expecting more snow, but we're in the middle of a forest. The sun's coming down. There's a little bit of water on the road. It's just, look at the driving road, man. Or the sign that says slow, or edit that bit out. Standing water, that's why it's slow. A little bit of crest here. Oh, yeah, this car's good. There, bud. Very careful with this car, being as it's been made famous by Auto Alex. The last thing I want to do is show all 4 review people me putting it into a bush, and then everyone goes to Shedfest and, oh, where's Jimmy? Oh, fucking Big Matt smashed it into a tree. It's quite a responsibility. I do feel a little bit reserved in my driving. So the fact that it's over fueled and the back end's loosened in the fucking Capri. It's a weird one, the back end. How to describe it, it's like Tom Lenthal was right in what he said. Obviously he's a fucking specialist, but the limited slip diff is a very rudimentary one. Sometimes it gives me 1 wheel, sometimes it gives me 2. You can flick it, but then sometimes it just doesn't want to let go on like a nice little U-turn and stuff. So, and obviously, being the famous Jimmy that it is, I don't want to over push it. I don't want to. Well, you saw what happened on the drag race; it fucking blew a pipe off. That's the last thing I want to happen to me while I'm in the middle of the fucking pub down here? Get a taxi back or something like that. See what we come across. I was keeping count. I've done 116 miles on just under 3/4 of a tank. What way? I'm just praying and win on the scratch card. I hope you can hear this supercharger, by the way. Oh, look at that. What a view. Whatever. Well, Jimmy's definitely not a Subaru. Doesn't like being airborne there. A bit unsettled. Handles like for a 2-ton car, nearly 2-ton car on 1995 Jaguar suspension. You gotta hand it to the engineers, like. A lot of cars should have been off the road there in the bush. A little fun fact that I found out on my little whiskey tour. It's called the Cairngorms. Because in Gaelic it means Red Mountains, apparently. Or something along them lines. Jesus saves. There you go. A bit of proof for you. Jesus saves. Jesus probably going to save me from ending up upside down right there. Oh, thank you, Jesus. On a mission from God. And as this trip goes on, I'm getting more and more comfortable talking to you, i.e. myself. And I was already quite nuts. I don't know how this is going to pan out. Getting to drive cars like this and entertaining all 4 of you people, I'll take it. Where I am. What I will say, I know you're supposed to over dramatise things for TV and everything like that. Unfortunately, that's just not my personality. But when I tell you my head at the roof going over them bumps back there and snow's on the fucking road, and yeah, that was nearly death. That was very much nearly death. The thing is, I'm not a pussy, so onwards. Pint of Guinness and a steak time for me, and unfortunately rooting through this whole car trying to find my microphones. They seem to disappear. So yeah, should catch you tomorrow. Coming up next week, we decide to really open the taps and take in the stunning scenery of Skye.